and truly sensational rock and roll. This one man, described as king by Mick Jagger, Paul McCartney, and David Bowie, planted the seed of his career as a youngster and church choir singer when he won an RCA talent contest in Macon, Georgia. He recorded 2 singles as a result of the talent show with RCA. For a time, he worked as a dishwasher in a Greyhound bus station until Tutti Frutti catapulted him to stardom in the mid-1950s. Being as young as I am, I really don't remember that. I know about it, though. That recording was consistently followed up with one after another hit song, including Long Tall Sally, Rip It Up, Good Golly Miss Molly, Ooh My Soul, and others. And he sold over 32 million records by 1968. Not only did he become the voice of generations of American youth, but he became the muse for rock and roll artists for years to come. The Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Chuck Berry, Elvis, Buddy Holly, the singer formerly known as Prince. Virtually every significant recording artist took his or her own cue from Little Richard. And the most remarkable thing of all, after more than 40 years, rock and roll is still following those rules. His career has expanded and involved him in film roles, television roles, both comic and dramatic. You'll even see him sing Black Magic in a tribute to Frank Sinatra to air on television on December 14th as the King of Rock honors the chairman of the board. There is little that I can say that could accurately describe what Little Richard has done for music. I think he has said it best when he described his music as a way to spread joy. And in the same energetic commitment that Little Richard has given to his fans, he has spread joy to children everywhere. I wanted to welcome Little Richard to Providence not only because he is the first miner who uncovered rock for America, not only because he is the pioneer who led the rock movement, not only because he's the greatest rock singer of all time, but because he's also a leader, a benefactor, a supporter, and a promoter for children's causes. Many of you don't know much about the work that Little Richard does for children. Some of you who have children may have seen Little Richard perform on Sesame Street and Shelley Duvall's Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme. Some of you may have copies of 2 very special benefit albums he has recorded, For Our Children and Shake It All About, on which Little Richard performs children's songs in his own unique Little Richard style. As a major benefactor of the Pediatrics AIDS Foundation, who has dedicated his time, his talent, and his vision to children who so deserve our hope, our prayers, and our help, Little Richard has literally raised millions of dollars for the foundation. This also sets him apart. He's not only a gifted artist, but a compassionate leader in the fight against AIDS. I don't want to delay much longer, and I'm fully aware that you did not come here to see me today. We're just letting you use the office. We should charge you, Lupo, but we won't. So without any further ado, I'd like to ask Little Richard to join me now. Let's give him a big hand, and we welcome Little Richard to the crowd. Come on, Little Richard. Little Richard, my man, thank you very much. Little Richard, I want to present you, to welcome you to our city and hope that you help increase the amount of sales taxes we take in the city this evening. We'd like to present you with a key. Maybe we can make a song about that. Will you write a song for the city?
Oh, yes.
Providence, something like that?
Providence, my.
See that? We got something going.
Thank you for the key. Can I open it?
Yeah, it opens up. Our hearts to you. Okay?
I love that.
Okay, and
thank you
see,
so
I'm
much.
kind of in this business too, Little Richard.
That's beautiful.
That's the key to the city. I'm going to give you this proclamation.
Thank
because
you.
No celebrity such as you, who especially does things. Many celebrities come to our city, and we don't recognize them. Or we recognize them, but we don't have a special thing for them because some of them don't do the kinds of things for humanity that some others do. And Little Richard has been one that has reached out, as I said in my introduction, has reached out sincerely and warmly and very effectively in raising money for pediatric AIDS. So,
yes,
that's right.
Millions on top of millions.
And so I want to read this. It says, whereas Little Richard, formerly Richard Penniman, having been knighted the originator, the emancipator, and the architect of rock and roll, exploding on the music scene in the mid-1950s, and rattling the foundations of American music like a California earthquake, while becoming the voice of generations long before selling more than 32 million records internationally by 1968, on this day, rocks in the city of Providence had a concert at Lupo's Heartbreak Hotel, where they're sold out of rooms. And whereas a wop bop, a loomop, a lop, bam, boom became You got a room for a second guy in the became the mentor of rock and roll, inspiring all who followed Little Richard, the greatest of rock singers, as he blazed the path for all of the Berries, Beatles, and legends of rock, and continues to touch, titillate, thrill, and fulfill his millions of fans of all ages. And whereas Little Richard, having dedicated his remarkable talent, his generous efforts, and his sincere dedication to our children, as a major supporter of the Pediatrics AIDS Foundation, for which he has helped to raise millions of dollars, and who has become an endearing entertainer to our children for his benefit albums, For Our Children and Shake It All About, and for his appearances on Shelley Duvall's Mother Goose, Rock and Rhyme, and Sesame Street, as a leader whose gentle kindness has brought great hope to families and their children everywhere. And whereas Little Richard, a big leader in music, a big leader in the crusade for the welfare and protection of our children, is honored on this day by the people of the city of Providence and welcomed with great admiration, adoration, and appreciation and applause. Now, therefore, do I, Vincent A. Cianci, Jr., otherwise known as Buddy, Mayor of the city of Providence,
All right, buddy.
hereby proclaim November 29th as Little Richard Day. And I'll say, there you go.
Thank you, buddy.
That's for you.
Thank you
And
so
there's the
much.
key, and we can take the picture.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Man here.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, which song are you going to do first?
All right, buddy.
Okay.
Thank you all so much. I just want to say thank you. This really lifts my spirit and my heart. I was tired when I came in because we've been traveling all morning, all coming here. But I am grateful to Buddy. He's just so full of joy. And when I met him, he was only 36 years old. I said, boy, that's a young man.
That's it.
And I'm 62 and he's 36. I'm just so glad for somebody 36 knowing who I am. And God bless you, buddy.
Thank you.
And I hope you live to get 62.
Well,
and 63 and 72 and 80. On up there. And thank you all here in Providence for recognizing and honoring me. And a little singer like Little Richard. God bless you, and I want to thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you tonight.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
See you tonight.
What time is the show tonight? Oh, there's an early show tonight at Lupo's. You know, we have a wonderful arts and entertainment district, and Lupo has been one of the mainstays in the city. Lupo is now part of the city's budget. As a matter of fact, yeah, plenty of rooms, by the way. At Lupo's at 9 o'clock, but you can go earlier. At 9 o'clock at Lupo's.
And see history alive.
Alive again. Okay. Any questions? Anybody want to ask any questions? He doesn't. He's got a great schedule. He doesn't answer. But you can ask him. Anybody have any questions?
Well, thanks a lot for coming. We appreciate it. Thank you, Richard.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful stay in the city.
Thank you so much.